What is clearly a scam but is so normalized people don't notice? Mobile game ads that show gameplay of a Call of Duty or Skyrim-style game, but in reality are just a spin-off of Candy Crush. Don't forget those game ads that pretend to be puzzle games where you pull pins, looking at you, homescapes. Rent-to-own furniture and appliances. Manufacturers refusing documentation to private repair enterprises and requiring you to get your products fixed by the dealer. Basically, the reason for the right to repair movement. Ticketmaster. The Verizon $1 scam. Verizon tacked on a $1 fee onto 8% of their customers' bills each month. Over the course of the year, they did it to every customer, totaling about $150 million. Their rationale was, 50% wouldn't notice and just pay the charge, or would notice and wouldn't spend any time fighting a $1 charge. 50% would notice the charge and call to have it removed. Of those, 35% would get frustrated while on the call and give up. This added approximately $120 million to the bottom line each year, 3 total, until caught. Once caught, they paid a $25 million fine. Those registries that people pay money to name a star. Funerals and everything to do with them. The funeral industry has insane pricing. Some of the funeral homes and vendors are even predatory, getting grieving families to pay upwards of tens of thousands of dollars, because that's what the deceased would have wanted. Printer ink. If you tell me the truth, I won't get mad, Mum. Having to pay $100 plus for glasses. Most megachurches. I remember an interview with Kenneth Copeland talking about how he needed a private jet to spread religion. Listen up. Everything is a scam. Everything. But if you send me $19.99, I can show you how to turn the tables on the scammer and get his money. Limited time offer, send money now. The games at fairs or carnivals. Bottled water, like Dasani. Especially in places like an amusement park that markups the price a shocking amount. Also, the average markup of bottled water is 4,000%, which is effing outrageous, because water is literally free most places. Scientific journal memberships. College textbook prices. It's crazy how ridiculous expensive they are, putting even more of a financial burden on students. Members of Senate, Congress, and presidential candidates, collecting money from corporations, big donors, and hiding it in campaign accounts, PACs and super PACs, and then doling it out as they like. They no longer act as a government of the people and for the people. Diamond rings for marriage. Basically the entire wedding industry. Starting a new life together? Why not plunge yourselves into thousands of dollars of debt? Cat food. Look at the cat food at a random store, and see how the design brags about all the healthy vegetables they've crammed into your obligate carnivore's diet. Then check out the ingredients and see how corn, rice, etc. are often the first ingredients. Pet foods market toward humans by trying to appeal to human sensibilities, not genuine desire to provide your cat with the best diet. All multi-level marketing. They prey on insecure women, specifically army wives, to give in. It's almost like a cult. Guaranteeing new friends, lots of free trips, and make $20,000 a month. They are not your friends. The trips are only free if you become a top earner. And the only way to make $20,000 a month is to get at minimum 100 people in your team, that work every single day. Most sales from those companies are from the salesperson who is buying it to sell it. And they tell you that you have to buy more to sell more. It's really gross. Payday loans. The diamond industry, specifically as it relates to jewelry. Everything that the average person knows about it stems from propaganda and advertisements created by De Beers. They aren't rare, they aren't worth what you pay for them, they don't appreciate in value and are a terrible investment. They aren't special. Health insurance in the US. Costs a small fortune, never covers crap, and you still end up bankrupt if you're not rich and get sick or hurt. Lotteries. Minimum wages staying the same, while the price of virtually everything else rises. Most kids' shows are just long advertisements for toys. Industrial age schooling and the 40-hour work week. The school picture industry. $80 for an awkward picture of my baby? Nah, thanks. Internet data cap. Effing scammers. We're living in our RV, and unlimited cellular internet is a effing fraudulent lie. They all throttle your speed and deprioritize your data packets for using too much of your unlimited data. I hate these effers with the fire of 1,000 suns. Just got a notice that I've used 16.5 gigabytes of my unlimited data, 22 gigabytes, 5 minutes ago. Every single person on the internet that sells some sort of millionaire education, it's all BS. Every single one of them. They are all liars, most of them are not even rich to begin with. They fake it enough that some idiots buy it. You are customers to them. Nothing more. Starbucks. I pay $9.99 for 51 ounces of Folgers ground coffee, roughly 388 ounces cups. That comes out to about 2 cents per cup of coffee. At Starbucks, a tall dark roast costs $1.85. I could have 92.5 cups of Folgers at home before I pay for one Starbucks. My tub of Folgers is worth $703 if I were to sell it at the same price as Starbucks. And I'm using reusable cups every day. Homeowners insurance. Sorry, we're not selling new policies in your area right now because thing just happened where thing equals earthquake, wildfire, flood, and other things you might want to insure against. We don't cover that sort of problem. Where that sort of problem equals anything that actually happens to your house, due to weasel wording loopholes. You submitted a claim? We're going to triple your rates forever after this. Reducing a price by 1 cent to trick our brains into thinking a product costs less than it actually is. Or how gas stations take it one step farther to 9/10 of a cent. Annual college tuition increases. Why aren't they held to a competitive pricing model as opposed to having to take out a mortgage to go to school? Everyone wants to talk about government paying for college education, but there is no conversation on why is it that expensive anyway. Especially when some universities have endowments in the billions, that just the interest on those funds could literally pay the tuition for everyone that goes through the door. Timeshare anything. Hospitals, OMG LOL, ask them for an itemized bill, like everything they gave you and how much it costs, and they'll cut the bill down by like 50%. Application fees for colleges, apartments, etc. Toothpaste commercial where actors filled their toothbrush with toothpaste too much, which is unnecessary. Social media looks like free, harmless fun, but is more like selling your soul, and data, makes you addicted and sad. Most people notice, probably, but don't care enough. The customer is always right. Biggest scam of all, the customer is usually an idiot and looking to get free stuff. Giving credit card details for a free trial and auto-renewal fine print. Heck, stop it after my trial ends. If I really liked it, I'll pay for it. Herbalife. I may get heat for this, but the sneaker and shoe industry. Apple's headphone jack removal. Those claw toy machines in every arcade. Credit scores. Even our personal banker told us that credit scores have veered far off of what they were originally supposed to do. My husband's credit score dropped almost 100 points after he paid off a large loan in full 6 months early. Maybe not normalized, but very few people realize this. A lot of stores will create fake deals to drive sales. For example, where I work there was a barbecue cover for $69, CAD BTW, which needed a replacement tag. Once it was printed, it was the same price, but they added original $99. The original tag didn't have this. Before you buy something on sale, make sure it's actually a sale. Products that are geared towards making lady parts smell better. You don't need a product to balance your pH down there or to make it smell better. Normalize women having lady parts that just smell like lady parts. It's okay. Stop making women feel bad about everything. Paying into US Social Security and expecting it to be there in 30 to 40 years when I want it back. Extended warranties. Phone contracts. In America, when you go to pick up your food order, not delivery, and they ask for a tip on the receipt or credit card machine. Edit, I'm talking pre-pandemic. I have been tipping during COVID. And then you get your order home and it is wrong. Effing bathrobes. A sorta decent one will cost at least $80, well over $100 if you want a nice one. And it's made out of a effing towel. It's total BS. Having to pay upwards of $400 a week for early childhood education, and then teachers that work there making less than $17 an hour. Chiropractic treatment. Started as a scam, continued as a scam. Fully anti-science, paid into law by lobbyists. Just pure garbage. There are some minor benefits, but mainly because they have branched out into muscle therapy and massages and such. Mostly just woo-woo. 5 in every town, defenders abound, look it up. Flushable wipes aren't actual flushable. Having to pay for test scores and transcripts. Homeopathic medicine. They literally just sell fake dreams and empty promises. As seen on TV products, it's comical to watch the advertisements but also horrifying that they work. The way they exaggerate the need for product just tells you how gullible they think their customers are. TikTok. To add on to that, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and any social media platform that secretly collects user data and sells it to exploit its user base for profit. The concept of annual leave. Like, I work for you for literally 50 weeks and have to grovel to get you to let me take time away? So much BS. Apartment rent going up at least $100 a month when renewing the lease. Like, what is the point of getting a raise at work, if it's just going to go to my apartment building, and I don't get anything in return other than not having to move? I've literally not lived in the same apartment for more than 15 months over the past 10 years because it's cheaper to move than it is to stay. Unpaid internships. There are definitely good, paid internships that give you experience and training, etc. But unpaid internships can go right to hell.
Thanks for watching.